asking people to remain vigilant, to stay out of coastal areas along the beaches, the piers, the harbors, this just as a safety precaution. Yeah, so we know that here in Manhattan Beach, there was a helicopter flying up above. This was law enforcement from the helicopter telling beachgoers to get to higher ground to evacuate the area. We have seen some people now returning to the beach, especially here as things are relatively calm. But the pier, like the one that you see behind us here in Manhattan Beach, that remains closed this morning. It will be remaining closed until 6 a.m. And officials are telling people to stay away from areas like this. They're recommending that until these alerts have been lifted. Okay. All right.
Australia. Wow, so we've had Australia.
Oh, not a South Korea. Okay, so we've had Australia, Czech Republic. Oh, funny. That's interesting.
I think that happened in like Idaho too. We thought it was gonna be South Korea, and then they're like,
Hi, I can hear you. Can you hear me okay? Can you repeat that? Okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay, thank you. Oh, that scared me. I thought she was tossing to me.
I can't hear anything. So
Oh, you can?
no.
She's just teasing the stories, the headline.
I know. I was like, oh, here we go.
I'm like,
So this fence should technically come down here in about 40 minutes. We'll see if that's true.
oh, it's getting lighter.
It's getting lighter. I don't think you can see the fence from your regardless. Oh no, you can. Oh, you totally can.
So
Yeah,
is
once it
this
gets
Virginia
lighter.
or? Okay, guys. Is this Virginia or Michelle, guys?
It says Virginia.
Virginia.
Where do you see Michelle?
I got you. Can you hear me okay? Okay, gotcha. Thank you. And just confirming that your anchor is Virginia? Rochelle. Okay. It's Rochelle. Rochelle with an I. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay.
Seconds away.
Yeah, Rochelle, good morning here from California. Well, here in this area, it is quite calm this morning. It has been for the last several hours that we've been out here. Those tsunami waves were projected to hit our coast at around 1 a.m. local time. And it's, the water could have been choppier then, but I can tell you that right now, it is pretty calm. However, meteorologists from the National Weather Service are urging people to remain vigilant, to continue to monitor the situation. And then also local officials here are asking people to stay away from areas just like the one that you see behind us along the beaches and also the piers. The pier that you see here on camera, that is closed until 6 a.m. local time. And officials are just asking people to heed these warnings as a safety precaution. We know that in the overnight hours, Rochelle, we heard law enforcement agents warning people to get to higher ground via helicopters. So they were definitely taking these tsunami alerts very seriously, especially given the fact that we just don't get a lot of those here in Southern California. Okay. That was short too. No worries. Did he say 1 minute or rap? I rapped as soon as I heard something.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. Oh, got it. Okay.
Oh yeah, we have King.
King.
King. Seattle. Christine and Mimi.
Okay.
Oh, and then at 9:42 they're switching that up. It's Mimi and Christine.
It's what? Mimi and...
Christine and Mimi.
Oh, and then it's Mimi and Christine.
Mimi and Christine.
Which is which? Did they switch chairs?
I think so. They must. Gotta keep it right.
Oh, yeah. What happened? Oh my gosh. Got it. Okay, so we kept it super short, but there was a reason behind that. And then we ran out of time. Yeah. No worries. At least we got on air. Thanks for all those that workaround. Um Hi there. Yes, mic check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 1 2 3 4. And then it's still Christine and Mimi.
Yeah, or you can do it right. Tessa will. We'll do it. Yeah, when it's like probably right before your last like live, if there's time.
Oh, right after.
Yeah, it's fine.
We're probably not gonna have time in between. There's 35 and then 42. We can do that.
You're so popular.
This was pretty busy.
This is really busy for a no package,
Right.
no action. It's good.
It's me.
It's good. It's
What
you.
can I say? It's the hair.
They want to see.
They want to see the hair. Hi, Natalie. Good morning. I can hear you. Can you hear me okay? Okay, great. And then Gotcha. And it'll still be Christina and Mimi? Got it.
Get back in 3 days. It'll take a lot of time between the lives. I just feel like all of our B-roll in our system is like 52 years old.
That's funny.
Have they given you any time cues?
not time cues, but
They talk to you.
yeah. They're talking about like local stuff. A minute out.
A minute.
Yes. They said about a minute out. That was like 30 seconds ago. Stand by. Yeah, Christina and Mimi. Well, we know that in the northern part of the state, some parts there are still under tsunami warning. Of course, we know that here things are relatively calm this morning, but meteorologists at the National Weather Service say we should continue to be alert and we should continue to monitor the situation, especially given, how the proximity that we are right now to the beach. Officials here are taking all the necessary precautions. As you can imagine, this is a very shocking and jarring thing to listen to, these tsunami alerts here in Southern California, because they're just not common. But officials are asking people to stay away from the areas as a safety measure. And in fact, we heard some law enforcement agents via helicopter echoing those warnings to beachgoers here. I will also tell you that there are piers that are closed, including this one along Manhattan Beach. That one is expected to reopen at 6 a.m. local time. But again, officials are saying if you don't have to be in this area, just avoid it as a safety precaution. Thank you all. It's beautiful. What's that? Okay, gotcha. Ready? In 3, 2. Many along the Pacific coast are breathing a sigh of relief as they were bracing for the aftermath of one of the strongest earthquakes ever recorded. That earthquake, a 8.8 magnitude earthquake off of Russia's eastern coast. Now, here in Southern California, things are relatively calm, but meteorologists with the National Weather Service says we should remain alert as we continue to monitor the situation. Some parts of this area saw waves, tsunami waves, up to 1.6 feet, and we know that the northern part of the state, some parts along the coast there are still under tsunami warning. Those tsunami advisories remain in effect here. Now, the aftermath of this huge earthquake could be felt all across the globe. We know that in Japan and in Russia, nearly 2 million people were evacuated. Evacuations also happened in Hawaii, where we saw some waves up to 5 feet. Now, those evacuations have been lifted, but officials there are not giving the all clear as they continue to assess this situation. Now, back here in Southern California, officials are asking people to continue to stay away from the beaches, from the piers, and from the harbors. And piers like the one here in Manhattan Beach remain closed until around 6 a.m. local time. Local officials here say people should heed these warnings and stay away from these areas until all of these alerts have been lifted. Reporting in Manhattan Beach, California, I'm Maribel Gonzalez. I know, I almost said live. It's a habit in Manhattan Beach.
The only thing I would say is it's about to be 6 a.m. I think it's okay.
Because we're going to record another one.
Yeah. Fine.
It said 6 a.m.
And if you
local
want to
time.
mention that it was closed for the next one, you can say
It was closed
overnight.
overnight.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I heard you and I was like, don't say it, and I was like, yeah. I don't, it's fine. And people don't know like what time. People are going to be playing this in different time zones. To have that 6 a.m. I think it's totally fine. Hi. I would highly advise against it because you just don't know. They're supposed to be open. The city is supposed to be open here in about 10 minutes. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's been like this. We've been posting this for 3 months. It's been pretty cool, but I mean, God knows. I mean, a lot of stuff. I don't know that it feels like anymore. It looks normal, but yeah, I just saw some surfers. Maybe chat with them and see what the advisories are. But all the guidance is and all of that. But they are starting to lift things and whatever here. Still at the base of Northern California. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know. I would just
that
Yachting.
time in the morning where it changes.
I know, he's like, what tsunami? This other gentleman just came over and asked us if we thought it was safe to go in the water. We're like, we wouldn't, but clearly some people are.
Yeah, you could say like life, has gone back to normal. Surfers are out, the runners are out. They're here.
Yeah, he's just setting up some lights right now, but we'll make sure to ask him when he's done.
I just do not. I like to observe the water from afar.
You're not a big.
No, like I hate being in the water. It scares me. I went snorkeling on this bachelorette trip. I hated every second of it.
Really?
It was really beautiful, but I'm like, I feel how I feel right now. I'm scared. Like,
No, I totally.
and then
Honestly,
like,
that's why I have not picked up surfing. It's probably not the best idea, like for me, because where I live. But I can play beach volleyball all day, and I can go out in the water. But
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
like being past like the second little wave thing.
oh, it's scary.
I know.
It gets scary.
When I get out there and I'm like floating out there, I get freaked out. Like I'm
Yeah.
like, I gotta go back in.
Same. I don't like it.
But the further you go out, the calmer it is. So it's like a catch-22. I'm just a really bad swimmer. I'm not a swimmer. Yeah. So
too.
ever since a kid, like I just never figured it out. And I'm 34 years old. I have not figured it out.
I like don't want to figure it out. I mean, it's fine. I can watch everything from here. It's so pretty from here.
Do you have? Has Simon started any swimming lessons?
Yeah, he's been in swimming since 6 months old. Like he.
Oh
was, like,
wait,
a-
are you doing that one where it's like? We were
Yeah.
talking about this. The one where they just like flip
They
over
throw
on their
you.
back, and he's like,
Yeah, the babies instinctively know to flow,
wow.
but he's not that great yet. Because we kind of paused when we moved here. But he was going regularly in Chicago, like classes. They were teaching him how to flow, sensory. He loves it. I don't. He doesn't get it from me because
Yeah.
I do not like it.
I feel like it was such. I wish that my mom would have done that for me. So I'm gonna make sure like my kids like really are really good at swimming.
Yeah, that's good. And it's good for
It's just like I feel like any boat trip, anything.
they know how to flow.
Okay, about 3 minutes out.
Oh my
So
God,
white
it's
balance
so
again,
pretty.
or what are we looking at?
All right, 3 minutes.
This time of the
They're both white. He's gonna zoom in.
I didn't want it to catch that purple.
Okay. Thank you.
Should we read those?
Read it. Oh.
2 minutes.
What's that? 1 second?
Look at me.
Oh.
You can't hear him over the power washer?
No, I can't. I hear something. I can't make out what you're saying, though.
Darling.
No. We're talking to the photographer. There's a power washer right next to us, so I can't hear him. One minute. Now, things along Southern California's coast are relatively calm this morning. We do know that some parts here saw tsunami waves at about 1.6 feet tall. And although that calm has returned to this area now, meteorologists with the National Weather Service say that we should remain vigilant. We should continue to monitor the situation, as some parts are still seeing some of the aftermath of one of the strongest earthquakes ever recorded off of Russia's eastern coast. Now, we're seeing some surging of water in certain areas, and in the northern part of the state, a tsunami warning is still in effect in some of those areas. Now, we know that the effects of this earthquake were felt around the globe. Nearly 2 million people in Japan and Russia were evacuated due to this threat of a tsunami as well. In Hawaii, evacuations there have now been lifted, but we know that some people spent the night in their car as they were waiting to exit the area and were trapped in a gridlock. An airport there also was temporarily closed to allow for those evacuations to happen. Now, officials in Hawaii are not yet giving the all clear despite lifting those evacuations. They said they're going to continue to monitor the situation. Here in Southern California, people have returned to the beach. This morning, we've seen several people even out in the water. However, officials are saying that as a safety precaution, it's best to just stay away from this as we are continuing to monitor and assess the situation as well. Reporting in Manhattan Beach, I'm Maribel Gonzalez. Hi there. Good morning. Good morning from here. I don't know what time it is there. Can you hear me okay? Oh, wow. Wow, wow. I got you. Can you hear me okay? Okay, amazing, Natalia. I-
Even though it's right there.
Okay, perfect. Yes, hi Natalia. Good morning from here. I hear it's 11 p.m. there. Oh my gosh. Well, good morning and good evening. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, Natalia, good morning from Southern California. Well, things are relatively calm here. You know, we were bracing for the worst after this earthquake, one of the strongest that are ever been recorded. However, the waves are relatively calm. They've been so for the last few hours that we've been out here. But meteorologists from the National Weather Service, they're warning us to just remain alert and stay on top of this situation. They're continuing to monitor it. There are some people in Southern California that are still experiencing experiencing some of the aftermath of this devastating hurricane. Some parts, they say, are seeing a lot of surging of waters, especially along west and northwest facing beaches. And now parts of Northern California are still under tsunami warning, that they're seeing waves there as well. But here in Southern California, things are relatively calm, and officials are asking people to continue to stay away from areas like the one that you see behind us, the beaches and the piers as well, just as a safety precaution. Thank you all.
photogs in one day.
Wow.
When they rotated through.
Wow, 3 in a
It was
day.
because the governor was supposed to do he called our news source reporter, not he, but his team, because she used to work in Texas, so she's still local contacts there. And they were like, "Hey, do you want to go to a ride along, on a ride along with the governor?" And she's like, "Yeah, that
Wow.
sounds fantastic." So they scrambled, because she was live in the morning, we were live in the afternoon, so they scrambled to get our photog, because he was the closest. Mad Dog was already back in the hotel in Fredericksburg. Turned around, sent Mad Dog back to us.
Wow.
But I was like, he needs to go home. He's been working for 12 hours already.
Yeah.
So then he left. We had somebody else for 2 hours, and then we got to do that. So it was photographer with that. Okay, it's official. The pier's open. I see people running and walking. Breaking news, pier's open.
Hose down if they run out there.
Yeah, they're gonna get. Oh, sorry. Whoa, sorry. All right, we're gonna try another. I also don't even take tape. Okay, guys, it's official. The Manhattan Beach Pier is back open. Well, the pier is. Technically, they never really. I mean, you weren't supposed to go on the beach, but they didn't barricade it. It wasn't COVID time. I tried. Okay, so official, the new numbers are out for the wave height. So in Hawaii, 5.7, so just under 6. 5, Crescent City, 4.
Okay. So parts
And
of
3, so 3 to 4
in California.
Yeah, Northern
California, and up to more than 5 feet in parts of Hawaii.
Yes. More than 5, up to 4.
Oh my God! It just keeps getting prettier. This
I know.
shot. It's
Honestly,
different
I
hue.
complained to Chris. I said, "Could you make it any prettier?" He said, "Listen,
He did.
I can't, and I will."
Yeah, I keep trying to mess it up.
Well, you're doing a terrible job of messing it up, truly.
I'm like this, and I'm like, wait.
You're like, wait, she looks crazy.
I couldn't find my. That looks so pretty.
If I get some dolphins to come by during that
Yeah, the
action.
dolphins.
Wait, the dolphins are up.
No, not
You
yet.
can see them from here.
Not
Oh,
yet, I
you
think.
could.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, they'll come right down.
Dolphins, hip hopping,
Ever seen whales?
hopefully. You do know when you don't see the animals, that's usually a bad sign. That they're
Amen.
feeding. And they're smart.
Look, so their clouds. It kind of matches the clouds right now,
It does.
right? Like the purple.
Oh,
hue.
yeah.
Hi, I can hear you. Can you hear me okay? I got you.
They are talking to her now. We're gonna open it with us in a minute.
1 minute. Okay. And it's Gina, right?
Do you need me to?
Nope, we're good. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, good morning, Gina, from Southern California. Well, here on Manhattan Beach, things are relatively calm, and they've been calm for the last several hours that we've been here. However, officials are saying that we should not let our guard down, that we should continue to monitor this situation. Parts of Northern California were under tsunami warning. Now, some of the areas there seeing 3 to 4 feet of those tsunami waves. But here in Southern California, we know that there were some measures taken to help everybody remain safe during this time. Local officials here closing piers like the ones that you see behind us during the overnight hours, and asking people to stay away from the beaches to get to higher ground. They were even using helicopters where they were warning people to please evacuate the area. So people were taking those notices seriously, especially, Gina, as Southern California is just not used to getting those types of alerts for tsunami warnings or advisories, and so people were definitely heeding those warnings.
White wire started to show.
Oh my gosh.
Have you seen Mommy Dearest?
Yes.
Where she's like, no wire hangers.
Yes.
You're like, no white
Just-
white
it's
wires.
halfway through, you do that. Turn your head away. I'm like, oh, there it is.
Well, there she be. Okay, our next one is. I think it's now.
So it is still.
Full minute.
Is it
4
still
minutes.
under warning?
I think so.
Let me
check. We gotta watch Julia Bedford's package today. He's talking about the U.S.-China trade deal ahead of the August 1st deadline.
Yeah.
Thanks, Julia.
There was an article though that I was reading yesterday about how food could be impacted. The CNN article.
Yeah. Perfect. Like wallet-wise, or just trade
Yeah,
relation?
just like what could be impacted. It was like talking about where we stood now ahead of the deadline. That can change though.
I know, that's the
Today
issue.
or tomorrow.
Brazil.
But I mean,
Yeah,
reporting-
Brazil said
yeah.
like they don't want to play ball.
Brazil.
Yeah, they were like, we don't want what happened to Ukraine to happen to us. I'm not chatting. So. Coffee prices are gonna go up.
Yeah, I think we just, we just keep saying like, as of right now, this is where this stands. That things can change.
Oh.
It says Chile has upgraded their to a tsunami warning.
Probably because it's just finally reaching.
It's just making the way there.
Yeah. It's on-
This is so wild that like an event so far away can really rock the whole world. Literally.
Yeah. Tsunami.gov. Still the same advisory, and then that little northern part is still under a warning.
Time away, like a minute.
It should be a minute when we get to their window. Have they chatted to you any? About a minute. Hold on.
I'm trying to see what the latest is.
You want to see the latest map? It's still the same thing. It's just advisories, and then that really small red is that Northern California warning. So
Okay.
it's all the same.
So the same-
Advisory warning wise for us.
Still the same.
I think so. They haven't chatted to you yet, Mary Beth?
I got you. Can you hear me okay?
I feel like I manifest that every time.
Yes, mic check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay. Okay. Why are you looking?
Sorry, there's a cute little bouncy dog back there.
According to Huntington Beach.
Oh, her dog?
Oh no, the one up
No,
there.
Oh. Oh, the
According
little.
to Huntington Beach, the tsunami warning is canceled. The advisory canceled, according to Huntington Beach.
Yeah. Advisory? The advisory's canceled?
That's at 9:27.
Advisory or warning?
The advisory. We were under advisory.
Right, right. Oh, has been canceled. Okay, so just now we're hearing the tsunami
Yeah.
advisory here. Okay.
That's for the National Tsunami Warning Center.
For the National Tsunami Center. Chile just up their advisory there to a warning.
They are. Yeah.
Already out.
Yep.
Advisory here has been canceled along the California coast, Southern
This
California.
is for the California coast. So,
Okay. All right.
but I was just checking other.
Yeah, Justin, a lot of moving parts. Well, we've just learned minutes ago that the advisory, the tsunami advisory that we were under here in Southern California has been canceled. We know that parts of Northern California, just even moments ago, were under tsunami warning as well. Here we saw those tsunami waves coming into the area right around 1 a.m. Those reaching up to 1.6 feet here in Southern California. Now, right now, as you can see behind us, there's just a lot more action than we've seen in the last hours here on Manhattan Beach. The pier that was closed during the overnight hours has reopened, and people are slowly making their way back to the beach. This after local officials here had evacuated people and had told them to get to higher ground even during the overnight hours, as we saw some law enforcement agents were on helicopters advising beachgoers to please leave the area as a safety precaution. Definitely surprised. And I will tell you, Justin, we even had a gentleman come up to us asking us if we thought it was safe to go into the water to go surfing. So, people here are just used to carrying on with their days, going to the beach. A tsunami warning and advisory is just not common for this area. I will tell you that several hours ago, people were heeding those warnings. We definitely did not see this amount of people, also because it's very early in the morning. But we did not see this activity just hours ago. But I think as the sun has come up and people are sort of gauging and can actually see the waves for themselves now, they're a little bit more confident about going back into the water. But yes, it is surprising. But people here in Southern California, they want to get back to the beaches that they love. Okay.
Wait, is AccuWeather or is it Mimi and Christine again?
You mean Christine and Mimi?
I know, right?
Let's see. 9:33. Yeah, it should be King again. I don't know, maybe they swapped. Is it Seattle or with Mimi and Christine, or is it AccuWeather? They switched spots.
Did they add this one? Did they add another one?
Oh. Love it. Alright, when is our next hit? I'm confused. Is it 9:42? Okay. 2 minutes away to AccuWeather. Do you know where it is? Okay, that was the focus. Oh, you just put it in flat. Okay, I'm sorry. It was added late.
Is it Bernie and Anna?
Okay. So Huntington Beach is wrong. The tsunami, look, still in place for California ended for parts of.
Oh my gosh.
So Huntington was wrong.
All right, so
everything is still the same.
there's still
Tsunami
advisory.
warning remains in effect. Tsunami advisory remains in effect.
Yeah, like why were we going with that one instead of the?
That's what they posted.
Hi there, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay. Okay. And is it Bernie and Anna? Okay. Yeah, good morning, Bernie and Anna. Well, we know that lots of people here and all along the Pacific coast are just breathing a sigh of relief. They were bracing for the aftermath, as you mentioned it, one of the strongest earthquakes ever recorded. I can tell you here that things are relatively calm, and they've been that way for the last several hours this morning. But we know that the meteorologists from the National Weather Service are telling us here in Southern California to remain alert, to remain vigilant, to not let your guard down, and as we continue to monitor the situation. As you can see behind us, this beach has just returned now to its normalcy. The pier that you see behind us was closed during the overnight hours. It has now reopened, and we know local officials here had warned people when that earthquake happened, when we first got that tsunami advisory, to stay away from the beaches, from the piers, from the harbors as a safety measure. And people, I can tell you, at least during the overnight hours, did heed those warnings. Yeah, so they're basically saying that they're still bracing for any sort of aftermath that we could see. So any surging of waters on certain beaches. We know some parts of Northern California still are under tsunami warning. Here in this area, we saw those waves reaching up to 1.6 feet. And in Northern California, it was between 3 to 4 feet. So definitely a scary situation there. And in Hawaii, we know those waves reached up to 5 feet, where we also know there were evacuations, widespread evacuations. Those have now been lifted, but just like here in California, officials there say they're continuing to monitor the situation. They're not giving the all clear to people there quite yet. Yeah, so that is one concern. And in fact, we even had people asking us if we thought it was safe for them to get into the water. You know, people here are not used to these kinds of alerts. We're not used to hearing tsunami warnings or advisories. And so people they're looking at the ocean now. They're saying it looks pretty calm. Maybe I should get in there. But officials are saying it's not quite safe yet. Do not let your guard down. Try to stay away from the area just as a safety precaution.
Seattle Net.
Hi, I got you. Can you hear me okay? Hi there, can you hear me? Okay, my check, my check, my check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is the last one of the hour, right? I don't know why I'm so confused this morning. Okay, yes, 9 o'clock hour. What's that? Tessa, what? Oh, oh, okay. Is Tessa getting us all confused this morning? No. No, I know that feeling, Tessa. All right, 45 seconds out.
45.
Then before you know it, he's going to college.
25?
Though there's people surfing.
Surfing? Yeah, there's a bunch of
So there's a concern about rip currents? That's what AccuWeather asked me. Okay. Yeah, so we're worried about the waves look pretty normal here, but the problem is we won't really know what effect this tsunami had on those rip currents, for example. But as you can see, there's people just not really heeding those warnings or not really concerned about the advisory that we're still, by the way, under. You can see some people even in the water surfing even, and some people came up to us this morning, asked us if we thought it was safe to go into the water, but we told them what we're hearing from officials, that they're asking people to heed those warnings, to stay away from the water, at least for now, as they continue to monitor the situation. We are under, again, tsunami advisory here in Southern California, and then some parts of Northern California are still under tsunami warning. We saw those waves here coming in at about 1 a.m., those tsunami waves, some reaching up to 1.6 feet here in Northern California, anywhere between 3 to 4 feet. So that situation is pretty scary, but as you can see, people are back to normal here in Manhattan Beach. This after the pier, even the one that you see behind us here, was closed during the overnight hours. And as we heard, even some law enforcement making their rounds via helicopter telling beachgoers to get to higher ground. But as you can see, things are seemingly back to normal, but officials are asking us to remain alert.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you guys.
What else?
The top, right? I'm so confused.
Oh.